Gentlemen and ladies, start your podcast.
Welcome to Backstretch Babes, the podcast where two girls prove NASCAR just ain't for the boys.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Emily.
And we're the Backstretch Babes. I'm glad that Justin's mom got that picture of me where I was irritated. I don't know why. I think I was like hot, and I feel really bad because she was probably like, "Oh, this girl grumpy." But that's the reason I used it for that TikTok today. I was like, "That's a perfect picture." For
no,
hot.
I think that's every Chase Elliott and Byron fan.
Just Hendrick, which honestly, Larson's not doing too bad, but like everyone else is. Like, what even?
Yeah.
Where's Bowman? Like, where did Bowman even
I still think Bowman finished better than Elliott and Byron. Let's see.
I'll have to look at the results because I didn't even see where Bowman finished. I feel like Bowman's probably mentally checked out too, to be honest. He's probably just like over it.
I mean, he finished 15th.
Wait, Bowman did?
Yes.
Wow, goes to show how much I was paying attention.
But I'm just like, after Byron's wreck, I had to turn it off. I couldn't be torturing myself anymore.
No, I saw, I don't know if you heard, but Chase had, which I want to save this for the podcast, but I'll just say it again. Chase had to pit twice because they put on his tires wrong. So I don't even want to talk about it. So on that note, welcome to the Struggle Babes. Just kidding. This is Backstretch Babes. We are going to be talking about the Dollar Tree 301 in New Hampshire. The reason I'm calling it the Struggle Babes, as you can tell by me and Emily's background, this is how I feel as a Chase Elliott fan. And then this is what happened to Byron, which we'll get to that. So you guys stay tuned. But we can go ahead and get started with the CRAFTSMAN Truck Series and, of course, Emily's special fun fact of the week. So, Emily, you go ahead and tell us your fun fact.
All right. So, a fun fact for you guys is the winners of the major races at this track receive a massive live lobster, often weighing between 20 to 28 pounds, also dubbed the Loudon the Lobster, which is, a live animal as a trophy. Interesting choice. And this track's primary oval is nicknamed Magic Mile, though it actually measures 1.058 miles long. And when I first read that, I thought it said Magic Mike. And I was like,
no, me too.
I was really confused. But
You're
it did
like,
not.
why did they call this track the Magic Mike? And there's a lobster? This is crazy.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the lobster more later, but yeah, the live animal thing is also crazy. Like, I can't believe they give away a live animal, which I hope that lobster went and lived a long life. I hope
Me too.
the lady threw him back into the ocean, but we don't know. I think it's best we don't know, and we got to keep that from, I'm sure PETA's probably done something about this, or at least tried.
Probably.
So, well, I guess we will go ahead and talk about the CRAFTSMAN Truck Series. Emily, I'll let you take the top 10 and the stages, and then I guess I can take the race occurrences.
That works. So we'll go through the top 10 here. Taking the checkered flag is Lane Riggs. When I saw that, I immediately thought back to our last podcast, and I was like, of course, he would win the next time around.
And guess who didn't bet on him this time?
It's okay. See, it always happens.
It does.
Started on the pole, won. Got a total of 72 points. In second, we have Chandler Smith starting 12th, total points of 51. Third, we have Caden Honeycutt started. Well, Emily forgot to put where he started.
He's the chosen one this week.
Started somewhere and got a total of 34 points. In fourth, we got Stuart Friesen, started 13th, got a total of 34 points. Number 5, we have Connor Zillich, started 4th, of course, 0 points because of a Cup Series driver. In 6th, we got Tristan McKee, started 5th, got a total of 35 points. 7th, we've got Christopher Bell, started 17th. Again, no points for being a Cup Series driver. In 8th, we've got Daniel Hemrick, started 6th, total of 41 points. 9th, Justin Haley, started 25th, total of 28 points. And then in 10th, we have Parker Eatman. Started 18th and got a total of 27 points. Not sure if that's pronounced right, but
sounded right to me.
we're going to go with it. And then stage 1, you have Connor Zillich taking stage 1, followed by Riggs and Hemrick. And then in stage 2, you have Zillich taking stage 2 again, followed by Chandler Smith and Lane Riggs.
Nice. So not much to say about this. I actually didn't know that Christopher Bell ran the Truck Series this week, so good for him.
I know, I did
And
not either.
Lord bless him. I hope he gets a win soon. That's all I gotta say.
He just needs a win in something, whether it be the Truck Series, the Raleigh Series, Cup.
Somebody Vivian Kirsten or something. I don't know. Something happened to that boy. And he's just getting some bad luck. He's almost there every time, which is even more, almost more frustrating than not being there at all and just not winning. So,
yeah.
Well, I will take the race occurrences. So,
Okay.
lap 1, the field gets checked up at the line, causing Luke Baldwin to crash at the back of the field, bringing out a yellow. Man, this seems to be the theme of the weekend, huh?
Yeah, first lap.
Several drivers received some damage in the stack up, including Jake Garcia. Lap 13, Landon Lewis spins from 17th in turn 1 after contact with Nemechek, of course, and backs into the wall. I have to sidebar here real quick. Somebody commented on the interviews I did because the guy said Hocevar, and they brought up the fact that it should have been Nemechek as the worst Uber driver, to which I responded to him and said, there's many right answers to this question.
Absolutely.
Nemechek, I'm surprised nobody said it, but I guarantee I will continue to ask that question, and it will probably be him eventually.
Yes, it will.
So lap 77, we got Spencer Boyd spins in turn 4 from 34th. Not much to say. I doubt he made much contact unless they lapped him, which they could have. It was only a mile around, so I'm surprised he didn't get anybody. Lap 79, Tyler Ankrum had been complaining of a potential brake issue. That's never good.
Nope.
Lap 114, Jake Garcia is penalized for pitting outside of his box. Hate to see it. Caution 120, the caution weighs for a multi-tuck crash in turn 3 involving, of course, John Hunter Nemechek, Timmy Hill, and Chris Wright. Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Yep. Lap 123, Jake Garcia comes to pit road after having contact with Minnie Tyrell. Lap 131, Christopher Bell spins from 9th in turn 2 after contact with Chandler Smith. Bless Bell's heart, not again.
I know.
Lap 170, Gavin Boschel crashes from 9th in turns 1 to 2. Lap 180, and this is the last occurrence of the Truck Series, Giovanni Ruggiero gets sideways and spins in turn 2, getting hit hard by Connor Mozak. Dawson Sutton and Andres Perez de Laura also get collected in this occurrence. So that is all for the truck race. This was a pretty eventful one compared to last race, so that's good.
Oh, yeah.
We got a Lane Riggs win. He's just killing it this season, but only when I don't bet on him. So, yeah.
That's how it always works out.
Yep. Also, the joys of owning a MacBook. Whenever I get a text, it comes through. I'm sure you heard it.
Oh, same.
Yes, which is funny because we were at the end of the truck race anyway, so there's our ding to move on.
That's right.
All right, so the next one, what you all have probably been waiting for, the NASCAR Truck Series, which this is the second to last of the regular series races. We got one more upcoming this weekend, of course, the big one at Daytona. So, Emily, I'm going to let you take the top 10, the stage winners, and who had the most points, and then I'll take the race occurrences, and I'll take the wreck report.
Perfect. All right, so we have Ryan Blaney, Mustache Man, taking the checkered. He started in 8th and got a total of 70 points. This is his 3rd win of the season. I fear Penske may be having another championship.
Yeah, it's getting a little scary, I'm not going to lie. And I put this in the notes. I just wanted to point this out. He mentioned in an interview I actually saw today that he changed 2 tires instead of 4 on the final pit stop, which is how he said he claimed the lead, which I thought was an interesting choice because normally if you got the 4 tires, you would use the 4 tires. So I don't know. I don't know why he made that choice, but I mean, he made the right choice. So.
I mean, I feel like that choice worked better from him than it did for Denny Hamlin in the championship last year when he took 4 tires instead of 2. And
Yeah.
Kyle Larson only took 2. And
Mhm.
we hate it for Denny, though. All right. In second, we have Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
Started 23rd, got a total of 43 points. Number 3, we have another polar bear, Josh Berry. Started second, total of 49 points. May I say, he is just on fire right now.
Yes, we will talk about it later, but he is the subject of a very interesting choice that was actually made today,
Yes.
Monday of this week. So we'll talk about that later.
All right. And fourth, we've got poor Christopher Bell. Started 6th, got a total of 43 points. In 5th, we have Kyle Larson. Started 9th, 48 total points. 6th, we have Ty Gibbs. Started 7th, total of 38 points. 7th, Denny Hamlin. Started 4th, total of 32 points. 8th, you have Tyler Reddick. Started on the pole, total of 29 points. Number 9, Ryan Preece, started 18th, total of 38 points. And in number 10, you have good old Noah Gregson, started 19th and got a total of 27 points. And may I say, that was kind of an odd top 10 for a race weekend. Not
Literally.
your typical top 10 people.
I commented on the NASCAR because they had posted the top 10, and I said nightmare top 10, which it's not really, but like, I mean, there are a few people in here I don't necessarily hate, but this is a crazy top 10.
Okay,
honestly.
I'm not a fan of Bubba, so I wish he finishes like 30th every race.
Yeah, I would have to agree, but I will say I don't dislike everyone in this top 10, but it's not my not the best top 10.
Right. Yeah, could be better. So moving to stage 1, we have Kyle Larson taking stage 1, followed by Bell and Hocevar. And then stage 2, Ryan Blaney takes that one, followed by Josh Berry and Bubba Wallace. And then, of course, Ryan Blaney had the most points overall for this race.
Yes, and he turned them in for the lobster.
Yes, he did.
So I put some race occurrences, which we usually don't do for the races, but there was just so much that happened before the race.
Yes.
A couple things during the race and after the race that I wanted to bring up. So the first thing I wanted to mention was the race was moved an hour earlier, which they actually announced it on Friday to try to get the race in with the chaotic weather that they had coming. So lots of rain. It's New Hampshire. I guess they called, and I think they made a good call, although they didn't miss the weather completely.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the first thing. So my second point was this was a very chaotic race with the weather conditions, the rain delay. They ran 40 laps on wet weather tires, and the race slowed 9 times for caution flags, which is a lot more than it did last time.
Yeah.
So I saw a video and I wanted to point this out, but Logano poked fun at Carson Hocevar during the pace laps, and he said for Hocevar it seems to be pretty entertaining because he spun out, as we all saw.
Yeah, and Logano was like, look at this idiot.
I know. It's just funny because Logano is one of those guys that has really grown on me. I think him and Blaney have both kind of grown on me this season. I don't know. I kind of like to see the drivers' personalities, which I know like older NASCAR fans may not think the same, but I think in social media it's nice to kind of see, and I think Logano is really funny. So
yeah, he like has like those funny one-liners.
Yes, well, that's what he was saying. He was talking when they called down onto his radio. He was talking about how he had a perfect view for Hocevar's spin, which I thought was crazy. But
yeah, that is
also
funny.
So the next thing, which me and Emily both were laughing about today, Chase Briscoe decided to take a nap in his car during pre-race. So I can't say I blame him.
I can't even. I mean, it was dreary, rain. They had like the car covers over top of the car, so I'm sure it made it all nice and cozy in there. But when I saw him come on my TV screen and he was like asleep, I started laughing so hard. But
that's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He needed. Got to get that little pre-nap in. So
hey, it worked for Blaney a few races ago. I guess maybe he was going to try it. So
yeah, maybe it would get him a win.
Yeah. And I know you and I were texting about this next one, but that first lap was so shaky.
Oh my
Just right
gosh.
out the gate. It was terrifying. Like,
It was
I thought
so bad.
everybody was going to spin, although we'll talk about who did spin. But yeah, that was just an insane lap.
No, that was when I was watching it and they took like that first pace lap around. I was like so worried that everyone was just kind of like be sliding into each other. And I really thought we're going to have a wreck before like the race even starts.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I was very like irritated that they might have continued the race before Hocevar's incident. So I'm
Oh, yeah.
glad they made the right decision because I mean it's just like unfair. Like it's just not track conditions you need to be racing on, even if you do have wet weather tires. Oh no.
No, I agree completely. And like I said, when they went to green for the first lap, I literally saw, I had to rewatch it this morning, but I saw it and I was like, oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
But so the next one I want to talk about, which I saw, and I think it's just freaking hilarious. Denny Hamlin was using the word enchilada as a code word for what he was taking during his pit stop. And I don't know why he was using it, but I thought it was hilarious. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
that is pretty funny.
Yeah, and people were making jokes in the comments that it meant that he only needed gas. You know, I need the but oh no, it froze for a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, anyways, the moment's gone, so I'm gonna move on.
It's okay. Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. My computer decided to freeze. So the last thing I want to talk about for the race occurrence was the pictures of Blaney with this lobster. It was hilarious. I call it the lobster baby because he had the big old lobster on his shoulder and it just looks like a
Yes.
child.
I'm
And
like,
with him holding it up is just amazing.
yeah, it's like a country boy when they're like holding their fish. They're like holding them like out front, like, yeah, look what I got. But also, don't lobsters like pitch?
They do. I don't quite know what was going on here. I'm looking at the picture and the lobster actually looks almost as big as Blaney, so that's kind of
That's
terrible.
what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
how did he not get pinched?
I don't know.
I'd be afraid.
The biggest question for me is what do they do with the lobster after the race? I mean, I know I don't actually want to know, but I kind of do want to know.
Well, I saw an interview that Logano did, and he was talking about I think Logano won this race one year, and he got a lobster, and someone asked him if like he had cooked and ate the lobster, and I'm pretty sure he said yes.
Oh, no shame. No shame.
But I
Okay,
mean,
well,
it's no different than when Walmart had the big tanks of the lobsters in Walmart,
wow,
and you could just go in and buy a lobster in the Walmart.
It's true. I can't help. It's so funny. I mean, I love steak and chicken and all that stuff, but I can't help sometimes whenever I pass the trailers on the interstate, I
Oh my
can't help
God.
to just think about them. I'm like,
I
you
know. You see like the little moo-moos in the trailer, and
yes.
it kind of makes you like rethink your life decisions.
I know. And I did at one point, I tried to be a vegetarian and I just can't. I love steak. Like my parents said, hey, let's go to a Japanese restaurant. And I was like, I'm in. I'm breaking my.
I'm in.
I need some Japanese steak. That sounds delicious. But
I know.
anyways,
Yep.
big old sidebar. I don't know. Blaney seems like the type that he would keep it as a pet. So let's just
Oh,
go.
absolutely. Well, off note, but Blaney has like I'm pretty sure it's like a pet alpaca or like something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he kept it. Maybe it's on his farm somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe he got a big tank for it and is just going to keep it.
Yeah, you know what's funny? If we ever get the chance to interview Blaney, we have got to ask him what he did with that lobster.
Yes, be like, you remember when you won in New Hampshire? What
Yeah.
did you do with the
What'd
lobster?
you do
Did
with
you
it?
name it? Did you keep it? Throw it back into the ocean?
Yeah, gotta know.
Take it back to PetSmart?
Yeah, PetSmart. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if PetSmart's had lobster?
That'd be crazy.
But, and with that, we're
And
gonna go to the rec report. So before the race even started, Hocevar, just with his streak of bad luck, spins on the pace lap. And NASCAR made all of the cars pit after that. So, yep.
Was he like actively like trying to like get his car warmed up, or did he just like spin out of nowhere?
I don't even know, because later in the race, which we'll talk about when he spun again, it looked like he tried to tail whip.
Zillage.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, don't be messing with our future man. I'm sorry. I like Hocevar, but Zillage will become one of us at Hendrick, so we can't be
and it's
messing with
interesting
him.
to me. Like I said, I know Hocevar has always been aggressive, but I'm wondering when it's going to get to the point where he does need to like chill out and kind of reassess like what he's doing.
Well, with the Zillage thing, like I went back and rewatched it like multiple times, and it looked like Hocevar like tried to hit him with the back end of his car, and he spun himself out. But then he wants to like put the blame on Zillage. Like that's just not right, because you actively did that to yourself, but then you're going to blame someone else for it.
Yep. And I put down here in the notes, I'll actually tell you what Hocevar said and what Zillage said on the radio. So it's kind of interesting, but it goes along with what you were saying. I agree with you completely. Even though we do like Hocevar, I agree. We got to be honest here.
Yes, it comes to a point.
Yes. So on lap 1, Reddick, which I'm not going to lie to you, I did not see this coming. Like I knew with the weather, some crazy stuff was going to happen, but Reddick literally spun off of turn 4 on the first lap.
Yeah.
So
like it took no time.
Yeah, it literally took no time. Like it's crazy when that happens. But Hamlin and Buescher both stopped to avoid hitting Reddick as the caution waves. And then I watched the replay today and had to point out Reddick literally spun almost 3 full circles.
Whee!
Yeah, he literally went, like, do they get dizzy? That's another thing. I'm gonna have to ask one day.
Yes.
So, of course, lap 22, John Hunter Nemechek spun and he lost spots. This man just keeps spinning, keeps wrecking. What are we going to do with him? The person in our comments, I see what you mean. If you're listening to this, I agree with you.
Yes.
Lap 40, the competition yellow comes out so they can switch to dry tires, which I think was a good move on their part. So, lap 42, Chastain, this is so sad, but Chastain comes to pit road and goes under the hood as they examine what the issue may be. So he ended up retiring from the race with drivetrain issues, and he finished last, which squashed his postseason hopes. So he is no longer in the chase.
I know. So, I hate that for him.
Me too. I felt so bad. Really a bone to pick with them. So lap 51, I wanted to point out SVG continues to cook and book. I don't know. He had a little section of the race there where he was off. He was just kept going. Yeah. He was missing people.
I was afraid he was going to win the race.
Me too. I mean, he was moving on up there for a second.
Yes, he was.
In lap 53, Ricky Stenhouse spins from 21st and he lightly backs into the wall. So, lap 62, I wanted to point out that Blaney passed both SVG, and Zillage, causing contact. And this was confusing when I watched the replay. I did not realize that SVG and Connor Zillage had such similar paint schemes. I mean, they looked like almost the same car.
Yeah, you couldn't really, like, from, like, the top of the car, like, you could not tell them apart. And then they were both wearing the same fire suit. They both looked like yellow highlighters.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like that Spider-Man meme where they're like pointing at each other.
Yes.
Somebody
needs to make that. But yeah, I noticed that when I was watching the replay. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. You almost can't tell the difference between, I mean, obviously you know the numbers, but
right.
Lap 74, more bad luck for Bell. Bell runs over his air hose and drags the tire changer, which you guys need to go back and watch that replay.
That's wild. My heart low-key sunk for a minute because I was like, did he just run over one of his pit crew members?
I know. Like, for everybody that thinks that being a pit crew member is a fun job, I mean, it probably is a fun job, but it's also, this is so dangerous. Like, I could not, I had to watch a replay a couple times on that one. That was crazy. So, Emily, I'm so sorry, but we're going to have to start talking about Byron. Byron left his box with the adjustment wrench in his car. What is going on with Byron's pit crew? What's going on with some of these Hendrick?
I don't know, but I do think that was 100% Byron's fault because I think he just left too early. And then I saw a video that NASCAR had posted And Bubba was, like, so distracted by Byron's, like, wrench still being in his car. And NASCAR's like, oh, yeah, just Bubba Wallace looking after the 24. And I'm like, dude, because his pit crew, like, came over the radio and was like, you got to come back. And he had, like, no idea what for. And I'm like, this is, like, the first bad thing that's going to set us back. And it only got worse from there.
Yep, and we'll talk about it. It's one of the last race occurrences we got. But while we're at it, I do want to mention Chase also, I didn't put it in here, but Chase Elliott's pit crew put his tires on wrong, so he had to pit twice. So that's not great. So yeah, they gotta figure something out. There's some bad juju. They need to sit down and rethink their strategy there. I don't know quite what's going on. So lap 84, Hocevar spins again on the front stretch from 12th after contact with Zilish. Joey Logano and Austin Dillon also spin. And I wanted to bring up, I listened on the radio, Hocevar during the Zilish wreck, he said it just got effing wrecked he just got effing wrecked. And then Zilish said he did that to himself. He always does, which I'm hearing more and more of the other drivers saying that Hocevar is doing this, which, I mean, I think sometimes he could probably be less aggressive and more strategic.
Right.
Because in this situation, I mean, if you're watching the replay, like you mentioned earlier, it definitely looked like he tried to tail whip Zilish. So
100%. And sometimes I think, like, Hocevar gets too in over his head. He just thinks, like, oh, yeah, like, he has that bad boy persona. He's like, oh, let me just go out here and wreck everybody. Like, people are going to love me for it because I'm, like, the new Dale Earnhardt senior, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're really kind of, like, wreck all, like, of your chances with, like, for people, like, respecting him, especially the drivers. Like, there's already, like, people, like, the drivers, I feel like, really don't respect him as it is. And I don't know. I feel like he just needs to, don't get me wrong, I like Hocevar, but I feel like he just needs to be more mindful I
agree.
in things. I don't know.
I agree with you. I'm right there. I like Hocevar too, and it's just one of those things. Maybe it's an age thing, maybe it's an experience thing, but hopefully he learns that sometimes he's going to have to go strategic more so than aggressiveness.
Right.
But yeah, I guess unfortunately he spins again in lap 203.
Yeah.
So, but he spins this time towards the back, so he spins from 31st. So. Lap 224 to 225, Riley Herbst actually crashes in turns 3 to 4 after contact with McDowell. Then he gets hit by Zilish. Zilish is in another wreck, so bless his
Poor
heart.
Zilish.
I know.
You do have to feel for the poor boy.
He just finds these wrecks. I don't know.
I know.
He's been finding a lot lately. I, again, hate to bring it up, but lap 233, and this was the most insane thing. You guys can see it on Emily's background. Byron loses a left rear tire and crashes in turn 3 while running 4th, which sucks. He was literally in 4th. Emily said, I died on the inside in our notes. And then I said the video of the wheel running away that NASCAR posted was just, as a Byron fan, I did not like it. But as a NASCAR fan, I mean, that was silly. But
yeah,
I
had very high hopes for this race. I really did. I was like, he qualified 3rd. He qualified good. This is our time to shine. Maybe win a race, get top 5. And then that freaking happens. And I'm just like, you know what? I give up.
It's been a rough few weeks for Hendrick. We got a break last week, I guess, but
yeah,
us Hendrick Motorsports fans were feeling it. So, Emily, do you want to talk about the biggest winners and biggest losers? And then I guess we both can probably tackle the news.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few. We can go one for one. So you go ahead and talk about the biggest winners.
Perfect. So biggest winners, we got, of course, Ryan Blaney, Mr. Mustache Man. And then I would say Josh Berry, because he has been on fire the past few races. So he is the first Wood Brothers racing driver to get 4 straight top 10 since 1994. That is wild. Yeah, that is insane.
it's a big deal for them because this
Yeah.
is the first time since 1994 that they've had a driver produce that kind of sustained consistency. So, and he
Yeah,
was pretty
absolutely.
aggressive the whole race. I was watching the recaps today, and I didn't notice he was pretty aggressive. He wanted it. So, got to give him props for that.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that too later. So,
Yeah. All right, moving on to the biggest losers. You have William Byron, Emily, and Byron's left rear tire.
I just saw the tire. I'm dying. Yeah,
So
pretty much.
all of us are losers.
Yes.
It hurts to
And
say, but maybe one day will be better.
I know.
We have Chase Elliott and Tiffany. We're just
We-
all big losers. Okay?
Yeah.
And then, once again, I feel like Bill needs to be in there because poor guy cannot catch a break. He gets close so many times and can never produce that win.
No.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, or next race. I'm really hoping in Daytona that he does better. I'm hoping the 3 in this category do better, okay? It's going to be so
I hope
hard.
so too. I need, if Byron literally does not get in the top 10 next weekend, I will have a mental breakdown.
I think both of us
Just a little minty bee.
gotta give. Something's gotta give.
Yeah,
I
something.
can't keep living life like this, guys.
I mean, I might have to drive down to Hendrick Motorsports and have a talk with them myself. Both of
Maybe
us.
not even
You
him.
take
I'm
Chase,
certain-
I take Byron. We just
Yeah.
sit down, lay it all on the line.
Gosh, I'm starting to think. I was actually talking to somebody today. This chef at my job, he really likes NASCAR and he's a Chase fan. And I'm starting to wonder if it's like his crew at this point. Like, I just don't know. Like, is it the crew? Is
Yeah.
it
Well, I've
the
heard.
team? Is it the drivers? Like,
I don't know. I feel like all of them can be a problem at some point. Like, I don't feel like we need to put it all on like one particular group of people or person. I know there's been talks of Chase, like he needs a whole new pit crew and a new crew chief.
yeah.
And I mean,
I've talked about that today. People were saying that he needed to replace his crew chief, which is interesting because didn't he just win at the beginning of the season like an award for being the best pit or the best crew chief? Like, that's insane to me. But yeah.
I know. I've just heard different things, like especially for like Chase fans. Like I've
Mhm.
seen a lot online about like he just needs like a whole new crew chief.
Yeah.
I mean, and like Byron, I mean, I really don't know. Because, I mean, last year he had like one heck of a season. And I
Yeah.
get we're going to have like our bad races. But for this whole season to be horrible, but yet his pit crew is like ranked in like the top 5, I think, out of all the pit crews.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, like I guess they just had a rough day yesterday. I get it.
A rough
But
few weeks, let me tell you.
but this cannot keep going on the way it is.
No,
I'm
it
getting
cannot.
mad.
No, it cannot. Like, let's sincerely hope. This is our thoughts and prayers with Hendrick Motorsports, especially the Elliott and the Byron team for next week.
Yeah,
So let's,
I'm writing
it's
a
the
letter
last
if it-
regular season.
Yeah.
It's fingers crossed. So
Yeah. If it don't get no better, I'm writing a letter.
you should. We're gonna send it
like-
via carrier pigeon.
Yeah. Dear Mr. Hendricks.
We need to do something about the crews.
Yes.
Agreed. So let's go into NASCAR news for the week. And Emily, I'm actually gonna let you take the first one because I think you put that on there, so you probably know a little more and can give some more info. So
Absolutely. So the CRAFTSMAN Truck Series will make its debut at Bowman Gray Stadium on August 20th, 2027. So I thought that was really cool that we're bringing the truck race to Bowman Gray. So might have to go check that out next year.
Mhm.
So I thought that was cool that they're doing that. Because hasn't it only been Cup? Or is it Xfinity too? O'Reilly? Whatever. See, I'm still confused.
Yeah,
that they
no.
changed that map.
I agree with you. I think you're right there. So I need to research more into this one because I saw the news, but I didn't look into it as much as I probably should have. There was a lot that happened this week, a lot. So
Yeah.
I just But yeah, no, that's cool because that's actually near me and Emily. So hopefully we get the chance to check that out.
Yeah.
They've had a lot more going on at Bowman Gray Stadium than they've had.
They
So
have.
I'm hoping they do more because that's in driving distance with us, like close driving distance.
Oh,
So
right. Yeah, that
yeah,
would be nice if they could do more things there.
yeah, and
So,
maybe we'll get to go cover it. So
absolutely.
speaking that into existence will be awesome. So the next one is our goat, or my goat. I think you like him too.
Yes.
Jeff Gordon was the IROC champion in both races in Washington D.C. this past weekend. So that's super cool. I just bought some more Jeff Gordon stuff on Depop. So
We love
I
Depop.
yes, we love Depop for all the vintage finds, and we love Jeff Gordon. I'm glad that he did that. Me and Emily, I guess I can interject a funny story. When we were at Martinsville last together, which was that earlier this year, or was it
It was a
last season?
spring race, yeah, of
Okay,
this year.
spring Martinsville race. We got the chance to well, I guess being near Jeff Gordon. He was getting off the golf cart. We normally park near where they helicopter in. And it was really funny. He was signing autographs, and right when he got to me and Emily, he decided to stop. So we were so close.
We were so bummed. And I'm like,
Yeah, we
you
had
know what?
and
I was
everything.
in your presence. That is enough.
One day, I hope.
One
But
day. But
yeah,
yeah, I have found Jeff Gordon like vintage NASCAR jacket on Depop.
well,
Might
yeah.
have to go buy it for the races.
Yes. Maybe for Martinsville in the fall, if you guys end up coming, me and you, we can do like a Jeff Gordon thing. That'd be awesome.
Yes, let's do it.
He's cool.
Yeah,
And
all Jeff Gordon.
we'll have to make Lyle and Justin take 1 billion pictures of us. Since we're together, we're gonna have to take advantage of that.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. Be like,
yes.
we are gonna get 50 million pictures, and
Oh,
they're all
absolutely.
gonna be good. Hopefully.
Well, I put this on our NASCAR news, even though it's not necessarily like NASCAR news. But Emily, I'm gonna let you take this since you have the you probably have the screenshot. I just wanted to bring this up because we are women talking about
Oh, yeah.
So Emily, I'll let you take it. I'm just pulling up like the comments so I can mention the comments.
Yeah. So I had texted Tiffany earlier in the day because I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw someone post something on Facebook and it kind of made me do a double take. But someone had posted absolutely unacceptable ARCA Menard series to have your guest command say, "Gentlemen, start your engines." Taylor and Isabella are literally starting in your top 5. Do better. Make sure your guests know what they are supposed to say, especially when they are asking the crowd to say it with him.
So many things here.
So many thoughts and comments on that, but may have to keep some to ourselves.
Yes, but I will say, somebody commented, her name is Alexia, and she said, as a female racer, it's not that deep. They've been saying this since the start of NASCAR. I mean, it's
literally the start of NASCAR. Like, this goes back until like the olden days of NASCAR. It used to be a male dominated sport. Yes, we have had women come throughout NASCAR. We've got Danica Patrick, that Catherine Legge. Like, you have women, but this has been since NASCAR has started that you say, "Gentlemen, start your engines." So, and my thing is, it is not that deep. Like, it is not that deep. I'm sure that these drivers aren't being like, "Oh my God, they didn't say drivers." It's like, no one's doing that. But I also had to point out a comment that was really funny. I don't know if I should say it or not.
Say it. Go for it.
But he was like, "You never know how people will identify nowadays. They could go as ladies, gentlemen, house cat, giraffe, aliens. Start your engines anyway."
I'm weak. It's funny you said that. The reason I said say it, I was reading it while you were talking like a second ago, and I was like, just go for it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like them saying that is a way to honor NASCAR. It's been, I mean, new NASCAR fans, old NASCAR fans, even if you're a new NASCAR fan, you've tuned into the older stuff. They've been saying this since the start of NASCAR. So it's not that serious.
Yeah, the last thing I have to say on that is if you are offended by that, you are the problem. all I'm gonna say.
Yes, and also probably won't be a NASCAR fan for long. So
Yeah, like we don't need you in our sport anyway.
right. So
So
yeah, that's all we got to say
that's
about
all we
that.
gotta say.
Yes.
Clock
So now
it.
we're going to talk a little bit about we got to talk about the chase. So, Lane Riggs clinched the number 1 seed, of course. I mean, it was about time. I figured he would. But this is in the Truck Series chase. And then I'll go ahead and just say Denny Hamlin clinched the number 1 seed in the Cup Series chase. So let me just I'm going to pull up the standings really quick just so we can, talk about that real quick because I don't think we've gotten an update in a while. So give me 1 second. I'll have that. Well, let me say all who clinched real quick. So, and this was just this week. So we have Daniel Suarez, Carson Hocevar, surprisingly, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, and Byron actually clinched. So that's good.
Thank you,
And then,
Lord.
yes. And then let me pull up the standings super quick. So we have those. But yeah, this is going to be exciting. The top 16 drivers, they will have the field locked in after this Saturday's Coke Zero in Daytona, which I'm so excited. It's a Saturday race.
Yes.
So I'm excited I'm actually going to sit down and lock in and watch it, which my attention span is bad, but I will do it.
That's okay, mine too. Sometimes I get bored. But it's
Yes.
okay.
I saw a TikTok about the stage 2 taking a nap, and I was like, oh, on the more boring races, I feel seen.
Yes, we feel seen.
Yes. So let me go over the standings real quick. So as of 8 hours ago, and following New Hampshire, Denny Hamlin's still in first. Ryan Blaney's in second. Ty Gibbs is in third, surprising.
Okay.
Tyler Reddick in fourth. Christopher Bell in fifth. Chase Briscoe in sixth. Kyle Larson in seventh. My Chase, surprisingly, in eighth. Joey Logano in ninth. Chris Buescher in 10th. Carson Hocevar in 11th. William Byron in 12th, and Daniel Suarez in 13th. And this is the drivers who've clinched. And then in 14th, we have Bubba Wallace, who we're still waiting. Austin Cindric still waiting. Shane Van Gisbergen, 16th. And then these are below the cut line. So Ryan Preece in 17th, Brad Keselowski in 18th, Ross Chastain in 19th, Eric Jones in 20th, and Michael McDowell in 21st. So I believe everybody in 19th and below, I think, probably don't have a good shot. I think maybe Ryan Preece and Brad have a shot still. So we'll see what happens.
They need to work some magic in Daytona if they want to get above that cut line.
Yes, absolutely. So the last bit of news that we're going to talk about, Emily, I'll let you talk about this one, and then we'll bring up it has to do with Josh Berry too.
Yeah. So RCR announced today that Austin Hill will drive the number 33 Chevy full time in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2027. Not really a fan of that move, just because I don't know, he's just not doing anything, and you have Josh Berry that's proving himself of doing something, and we know that Josh Berry he doesn't really hasn't really signed with anyone for after this year. So I thought it was kind of dumb to pass up on Berry the way he's been driving this season compared to Austin Hill. I don't know, maybe he'll prove us wrong and he'll succeed in the Cup Series full-time next year, but I don't know. As of right now, I'm just not so sure about that choice.
No, I agree with you, and a lot of people online actually were commenting and talking about how they don't understand how Austin Hill got signed and Josh Berry with his current consistency, like the fact that he's not signed for next year at all. So they're talking about how he may not get signed. So it's just like a crazy discourse, but I know a lot of people didn't agree with the decision, but I guess at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. I hope Berry has proved himself, and I hope somebody picks him up for next season.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I mean, that's all we got for this week. We're heading into Daytona for next week. For this Saturday. It's a Saturday night race. It's a big one. Last race of the regular season, which is kind of low-key sad. I mean, I know we have playoffs a little later, but it's so crazy. The end of the regular season's already here.
I know. NASCAR will be over before you know it. Like,
I
time's
know.
going so fast. But
It is.
luckily with NASCAR, probably like unlucky for the drivers, but lucky for us, it's not that long of an off season. So
No.
it's like a month and a half, and then we're back to racing again. So we love
Very
that.
true. Very true. We'll just be sad for the month and a half that we don't have racing. But
That's right.
that being said, excited to see how the chase plays out after this, to see who clinches, the people that are towards the end of the cut line and all that. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. And then Emily, do you have anything else to say to our viewers?
Yes. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, give us a follow, and stay fast, babes.
Woo!